Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Munden Marketing's podcast. I'm your host, Mark Munden, and tonight we're going to be focusing on the future of social media marketing, what to expect, what we're seeing right now, and of course, a few personal questions I've received on the side. So, of course, hopefully you guys are enjoying your Tuesday evening. It's a little cold and drafty outside, but participation-based trends are not. As we're seeing nowadays, when I look on social media platforms, excuse my voice, I'm a little sick right now. But when we're looking at these trends on different platforms, the biggest thing that I see nowadays is the participation-based trends that I've been seeing a lot nowadays. I mean, that, of course, can include our influencer challenges. And of course, I've seen a lot on TikTok and Instagram, the use of the AI filter and voice filter, a lot of them in different videos nowadays. When we talk about influencer challenges, I mean, one of the biggest things that I've seen so far in so many trends and so many videos is the usage that anybody can do it, that anybody can be involved, anybody can try this trend. Anybody can, really just jump on the bandwagon. These trends typically include just asking people to post videos about themselves, post pictures of themselves, montages, using trending sounds, going with the holiday Christmas, and of course, this previous Halloween theme that was really going off on TikTok and, of course, all the different platforms. Another thing that I've seen really trendy on a lot of the platforms is using ads with trending sounds. So you'll see a lot of like phone ads that are using trending sounds that are going off on TikTok at the moment. You'll see trends, different ads using trending influencers. You'll see ads with different little aspects that you see in really viral stuff at the moment, and I think mostly to that is because of the emotional appeal and the aspect that people have a kind of relation to that sound or that influencer. One of the biggest trends that I've seen most recently, it's of a singer. I really do forget her name, but it's basically a video of her and her friend. They're in a parking garage, and she's singing a song, and she's hitting all these high notes. Her friend's going along. They just look like they're having a great old time, and it's just really jumped into a huge aspect on TikTok and of course Instagram, that her sound became a new trending sound, and of course a lot of people took her video and really started kind of making it their own participation-based trends, where they'd post videos of themselves singing to her, her sound, trying to match her keynotes and so forth. But it's just a really big thing, is just a lot of influencers taking over the platforms right now. And that really actually leads me to my next aspect on why nano and micro influencers are really popping off right now, as well as what we can expect in the near future. I think one of the biggest reasons why influencers are really taking off in this late kind of aspect of 2022 and 2022 as a whole is really just personal marketing. One of the biggest things that I learned in reading The Hype Machine was that a emotional appeal process, or content that has emotional appeal to it, typically tend to be more viral and more widely influenced and widely spread out than content that doesn't have that appeal. And I think that is why influencers are really taking off right now, because people are having that personal connection with the person, whether it's through like a story time or them singing or doing something that they like to do. It's just been really taken off right now. And I think that's an aspect that we're going to see a lot in the coming year and years to come, is really that personal marketing aspect. It's not really ever going to go away, and I think it's going to stick around for a long time as more people develop and realize what's going on in today's world, and of course what's happening on social media. Another thing that I think is going to be really, really influential to the years to come when it comes to social media marketing is the storytelling marketing strategy. Of course, we did a case study back earlier this semester where we focused on the Hunger Games and how building this overall, participation-based storytelling event throughout multiple platforms and stuff really kind of led to the exposure that this movie had for the Hunger Games. And it really, really kind of, brought the movie to the aspect that the marketing team was really trying to get to. And I think that's one of the aspects that, throughout research, that I think that it's something that companies should do, because storytelling really provides that personal connection to your consumer, or to another business. So when you're building this, what is my brand? Who am I? My brand overall image. You simply look at, what am I portraying? Am I building a personal connection? Am I really kind of, personalizing what my brand is and why these people, should personalize the connection to my product, my ideas, or my overall goals, and why would they want to join me on my journey and, on that process. Which really, really kind of leads me into when I talk about imaging and social media marketing is really a question that I've seen not too long ago. And it was whether a social media marketing manager should really have room on a corporate risk management table. And I honestly think that it is very important that they should be on that table due to the fact that brand imaging is a huge aspect in today's world, and of course is only going to get bigger and better in tomorrow's world. Brand imaging is basically just how other consumers and businesses and so forth really see your brand and your company as a whole. Are they, when you make content, is it good for your brand? Is it bad for your brand? Are they building a better connection? Is it a positive connection? Are they positive emotionally with you? And just a lot of that aspect. And it's really been growing to a really fragile aspect in today's world, due to the fact that we still kind of live in a culture, the cancel culture based world, where it's really easy for an influencer or just overall world events to really affect a brand image. A great example of this was actually a vodka company during the time that the Russian president Vladimir Putin came out and was kind of shunning away and throwing away gay rights. And it really left a big uproar in the LGBTQ company, and it took a lot of time for this brand and this company to really kind of rebrand themselves and kind of rebuild their positive aspect on the consumer base. And that's why it's just really important to kind of really focus on brand imaging. I know a good example of a company that does really good is Disney. Disney really focuses on their storytelling aspect and how strict they are when it comes to their brand image, and how their cast really focuses on building that overall experience with that company. But that will conclude for today, as we're running out of time. So today we've talked about the big trends nowadays, participation-based trends, how influences are taken over with good challenges, AI filters and voice trends. Then we talked about the future of social media marketing and how personal marketing and storytelling is really going to take off towards the future, just as good as personal storytelling and personal marketing is doing right now with influencer marketing. And then we also talked about how brand image is really important when it comes to having a social media marketing manager on the risk management corporate side of the table. But it seems like we're running out of time, guys. Thank you guys for joining in. My name is Mark Munden, and thank you for joining the Munden Marketing Podcast tonight. Good night.